Where did the moniker, Count, originate? We created a character called, Cool Rider Count. CC Rider, or Cool Rider. As the proprietor of Count's Customs, a Las Vegas-based auto and motorbike repair shop, he shot to prominence with the smash show Counting Cars, which is where the nickname, Count, originated. Well known for his trademark bandana love of rock and roll and extraordinary ability to build stunning bespoke cars. After making appearances on Pawn Stars and launching his own popular program in 2012, which abruptly ended in 2021, Danny Koker became well known. However, despite the dazzling vehicles and thundering motors, Danny's path has not been without difficulties. The world of Count's Customs hasn't always been easy sailing, with reports of financial difficulties, conflicts inside his company, and legal disputes involving his entourage. Danny Koker's foray into the custom automobile industry began with a lifetime love of all things automotive, not with TV celebrity. He acquired an appreciation for vintage automobiles and unique motorcycles while growing up in a household of musicians and gearheads. I've been a car guy as long as I can remember. I can't even picture a moment where cars or motorcycles haven't been a part of my life, Danny really stated in an interview with Roadkill Customs. His formative years were occupied with repairs made only for his own enjoyment. But Danny converted his hobby into a business in the late 1990s, starting Count's Customs in Las Vegas. He established a reputation for doing excellent repairs and having extensive understanding of old cars locally rather than depending on gaudy advertising. Word quickly spread, and the close-knit car collecting community took notice of Dai's distinctive ability to combine bold customization with classic style. His big break didn't come from counting cars directly, rather, it started with guest appearances on Pawn Stars, where his knowledge of cars and motorcycles gave the show a new angle. Producers immediately recognized Danny's potential and felt that his talent and larger-than-life demeanor could support a spin-off series. Counting Cars was established in 2012 as a display for Dai's automobiles as well as the daily activities of Count's Customs. The show immediately gained popularity by attracting viewers with its distinctive blend of personal anecdotes from Danny's staff, behind-the-scenes restoration work, and the occasional dramatic interlude. However, Counting Cars was distinguished by more than simply the makeovers or ostentatious cars. It was an unvarnished glimpse of Danny's enthusiasm and artistic process. Few viewers were aware that Danny wasn't solely concerned in making money. He frequently undercharged clients or took on projects because he was passionate about the car. In an interview with the Las Vegas Sun, he mentioned, "I enjoy doing this more than just making money. If I don't love a car, I won't touch it. It must have some significance." This strategy might have gained favor among auto enthusiasts. However, it also alluded to some of the subsequent business difficulties. By the time Counting Cars truly took off, Count's Customs had become a worldwide brand rather than just a local one. Although the publicity generated a lot of interest and new customers, it also exposed Danny's life and business to greater public scrutiny, which would ultimately result in more difficult times for both the store and Danny. As Counting Cars gained popularity, the public's attention on Count's practices exposed flaws in the business. Joseph Frontier, a former employee, was accused of embezzling money by the corporation in 2015, which led to a court dispute. Public documents obtained by TMZ claim that Frontier used business funds for personal needs, such as buying a Range Rover and buying airline tickets. According to the lawsuit, the company suffered a major setback as a result of financial malfeasance totaling over tens of thousands of dollars. Even though Danny Koker wasn't personally involved, the case brought attention to Count's Customs' problems with internal monitoring. For a store handling expensive restorations while balancing the demands of a worldwide clientele, the incident made them wonder how such financial mismanagement had remained hidden for so long. Alongside the Frontier litigation, there were escalating reports of disagreements with specific customers and late supplier payments. These claims, which were covered by publications like the Las Vegas Review-Journal, gave the impression that the company was having trouble keeping up with its explosive development and the demands of reality TV. Even though Danny avoided making many public remarks about these issues, the court cases exposed Count's practices and demonstrated that operating a company in the public eye has its own set of difficulties. The strain of continuous television production began to negatively impact both the show and the shop's operations as Counting Cars' popularity skyrocketed. Fans praised the imaginative constructions and distinctive restorations displayed on screen, but some started to doubt the veracity of what they were witnessing. Claims of staging and staged scenes emerged as some viewers pointed out inconsistencies between the timelines of the shows and the intricacy of the projects they featured. When compared to Count's Custom's previous work, a common issue that was also mentioned in conversations among auto enthusiasts on forums like carcomplaints.com was that certain projects appeared hurried or incomplete. These grievances sparked worries that the company was being forced to make concessions that wouldn't have been necessary in a typical situation due to the pressures of producing weekly episodes for a popular show. Fans noticed the inexplicable disappearance of important team members during this time, which heightened speculation that longtime team members were departing because of internal conflicts, and tensions inside the team also grew more visible. Scott Jones, who oversaw a large portion of the business operations for the show's early seasons before abruptly leaving, is one such example. Although there was never a formal explanation for his leaving, supporters conjectured that the shop's mounting difficulties and internal resentment may have contributed. However, Danny insisted that the craftsmanship and the backstories of the cars continued to be the main emphasis of the car count. Danny discussed the difficulties of juggling a television program with being loyal to his passion in an interview with the Las Vegas Sunday. "Even if it's difficult, I always prioritize the cars. To me, this is more than simply a concert. Even though it's my life, the shop's changes and criticism weren't ignored." Some fans thought that the increasing demands of celebrity and television production had weakened the genuineness and passion that first drew them to Counting Cars. Danny Koker had an obvious task. How to preserve the confidence of his clients and audience while navigating the hectic world of television production. Danny Koker remains active both on and off television despite the issues and controversies that have surrounded Counting Cars and Count's Customs over the years. Although the store still serves as the focal point of his brand, Danny has expanded his interests and directed his energies towards side endeavors like entertainment and music. Owning Count's Vamped Rock Bar and Grill in Las Vegas is one of his most well-known endeavors outside of Count's Customs. His passion for vintage rock is reflected in the facility, which hosts live performances by regional and national bands. Danny is able to merge his two lifelong hobbies, music and community, in this venue, which he often discusses in interviews. Apart from Vamped, Danny continues to play with his band Count 77, which has put out several albums and done a lot of touring. Despite not being as well known as his TV image, his music career offers a creative outlet outside of the garage and a reprieve from the demands of his international renown. Regarding Count's Customs, the store is still open and still undertakes well-known restoration and customization projects, but it has maintained a lower public profile recently, possibly in an effort to preserve its reputation in the face of the growing criticisms previously mentioned. Consumers now say that the store places a high value on openness and reasonable deadlines, which suggests that lessons may have been learned from past mistakes. Curiously, there are still murmurs of financial hardship surrounding Danny and his commercial endeavors, despite the lack of recent hard proof to support these assertions. Rather, Danny stays committed to his profession, stating in interviews with the Las Vegas Review-Journal that he has always loved restoring automobiles. Danny Koker's longevity has been largely attributed to his ability to adjust to the highs and lows of celebrity. However, as attention has waned recently, it begs the issue of whether Danny will continue to focus on Count's traditions or continue to apply his skills in other endeavors. For the time being, Danny seems happy juggling his artistic endeavors, operating his store, and maintaining his status as one of the most well-known automotive personalities on reality TV. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. If you find this content interesting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the latest updates. See you in the next video.